episode of Continuum Gaming, and today we are going to have a look at 3 different games for Windows 10 Mobile again. And what we are going to have a look at today is Finding Treasures, Fisher Cat and Pass of Sin. My name is Gerald. As always, I've got a couple of different things with me, which are, for instance, this Bluetooth mouse, so a mouse that you can connect with your smartphone and then control everything we are going to do here. And of course we are going to use the Foldable keyboard again, which is this keyboard here, which can be folded, and for that the name. And in the end, we could have used the Xbox One wireless controller here, but none of the games is really going to support it in a reasonable way, so we are not going to use it for this episode. And of course the whole star of everything here is my mighty Lumia 950 XL. It's a really old smartphone now, but still running pretty nicely. It's no longer my daily driver, if you're asking that. It's one that I'm using for this kind of purpose. And it has a USB-C connector at the bottom here and a USB-C cable which can be connected to the display dock, which is standing at the side here. And the display dock itself is connected by HDMI to this TV in the end. And like that, I can have my experience in a desktop-like fashion, as you can see on my really TV here, and everything is more or less provided by my smartphone. And if you want to know more about that, that's called Continuum. Have a look at the corner up there for another, a couple of other videos. And other than that, let's start with the first game. And the first game is going to be Finding Treasures. For that, I'm going to go to my All Apps list here. So Windows button and All Apps list. And there is Finding Treasures. And Finding Treasures is a small little game where you are going to be a fish, which is more or less driving around underwater and trying to collect different kind of treasures, so coins in the end, and a couple of other things, but mostly coins. And Finding Underwater Treasures is the name of it. Pretty simple game. It's more or less a side scroller in the end, but nicely done if you ask me. And probably an indie title or something, but really nice to play. And so I'm going to turn around and show you what's going on in this game. In the end, all you have to do or know is that this is more or less your play figure. So you are going to be this fish, and the fish is going to run for a certain amount of meters in the end, and finally you're going to die, that's normal. And in the end, what you're gonna have to do is you press the button of your mouse in this case, and then the fish is going to follow your mouse with a certain kind of delay, so be very careful about that. It's not easy to run it like that, and you could survive by just clicking that button. I'm not going to do that, but you could do that. And if you are looking at the final death screen, more or less, you're seeing here, you can already see there are a couple of different things you should more or less reach after a while, so some kind of task that is going to give you more coins. And as you can see, you can collect diamonds and coins in the end, and so this is the treasure you are hunting for. It's really a very simple game, not even that easy to play if you ask me, because of the delay. It's really hard, and there are those power-ups which you can try to use. And in the end, everything you are seeing here, so net stuff, and I died, net stuff, and of course all the different other fish you're going to run over or see are in the end enemies. So be very careful about what you are hitting here. It's not going to be net what you're going to have. There are hooks which are going to be from the surface there, hanging down from the surface in the end, and other stuff like that. And of course, as I mentioned before, there is some kind of advertisement, but it's not really a hard one. There's one of the hooks I mentioned, even one that is from up above. I didn't see that till now. And it's all about your mouse movement and how fast it's going to be, which is hard in many cases. And if you're playing it with your touch, so that your finger is the same, you have to more or less hold your finger on the screen and drag it around to move your fish up and down. If you like this kind of game, try it out. I think it's a nice one. A little bit hard to play, and the delay is a little bit too high if you ask me, so it's too hard to get it really through. But it's an endless scroller, so in the end there is no real end or finish line that you're going to have to pass or something. You can just play this on and on as long as you want and try to reach those tasks or those goals you see here, and after a while you're getting more and more treasure. So it's all about getting treasure, and then you can even go to this and have a look at what could be used here. For instance, those power-ups that you saw, which are going to speed you up, which is more hard to do if you ask me, but whatever. And some kind of a shield, for instance, and you can, for instance, get all the different critters out of your way. So if you're firing that, then your screen will be empty of all the different enemies, more or less. And of course you can have a couple of different outfits, more or less. So if you want to play it as a shark or something, or a clownfish, or whatever you want to play here, you can use that too. It's somehow nicely done, and it's just fun to do it. So just try it out. I think it's fun enough to play and very nicely done. Okay, so the next one that we are going to have a look at is Fish a Cat, and it's again about going underwater, but in this case a cat is going to go underwater, which is very, very unreasonable for some reason, but whatever. And it's fun to play too. I'm going to open it up for you. And all you have to do here is more or less you're swimming around as a cat and you are trying to reach the goldfish. So don't think that you have to reach all the different fishes or something in one level, because there are a lot of different levels in this game. And as you can see, this is more or less your cat, and you're going to get that one, and you're trying to get always this little goldfish. Be very aware of the enemies you see here, so the piranhas or whatever that should be, and the stuff here shouldn't be avoided at all costs, because then you're going to die. And everything else, those fishes can be eaten for some reason. I don't know what they are really for, if they are giving you a better score or something, I'm not sure. The options are pretty easy to understand. You can just get rid of sound and music, and that's more or less it. And other than that, just click on play, and then I would recommend you to use your keyboard in this case to play it. And what I'm going to show you here is just how to do that, because it's really easy to play. As you can see, there are a couple of different stages and really levels you can play here, and here we go. And as you can see, we are swimming around. Our cat is the new protagonist in this case, and she or he can really dive down. The right bar here is giving you the information how much air is still left. So you are limited by air, as you can see. You can dive up again to get all the full air again. And other than that, just try to get the goldfish here. And the goldfish is going to hide away, and every other fish is going to hide away. But the green ones in this case, so the bad ones with the teeth and stuff like that, are to be avoided, and they are going to hunt you if you are going to... Wait, wasn't at the top there. But in the end they are going to try to hunt you down if you're going to come close to them. And of course, since the goldfish is trying to get away, and the other guys are going to... This might happen. Are going to try to hunt you down, this might happen, so just try it again. Good thing is there is of course this whole stage level thing here, so just go on and try it out. Yeah, and in the end, what you can already see is we are going to hunt for the goldfish here. In some situations it's harder to get him, in others it's pretty easy. It little bit depends on where it's swimming. For instance, now I can't get it for the heck of it. So the good thing is you don't really have a timer or something. There is time running, but I don't think that it's really giving you a hard time or just letting you die after a while or something. I'm not sure. if that is going to be happening here. I got the goldfish. We could go for the other fishes, but that's not the reason we are here. And then just go back to the boat there to more or less finish the stage. And after a while you're seeing this whole part here is going to give you different levels, so you can just play them through. Try to avoid the predator fishes, whatever it is. There are a couple of different ones, I think at least 2 different ones. And piranhas, maybe it's called Hecht in German, I'm not sure what it is in English. I can't go for the fish here. He's going to hide a little, and I'm going to die for air reasons, so stage failed and we would have to go again. So click on this and just try it again. As you can see, you only have a limited amount of lives, so in the end, if you die, at least if you're dying in the stages below, let's say 4 or 5, whatever you want to play there, it's going to be a little bit bad. And very important, you have to go back to the boat. It doesn't really help you to be here if you're not getting back to the boat and can go to the next stage. Yeah, so this is more or less the game. Just try it out if you like this kind of games. I think it's just cute and somehow nicely done, but you still will have to work through it, and it's not that easy, but not that hard neither. So playable by all age groups, I would say, and very helpful and fun to play with it. Okay, so the last game is something more complicated, and we didn't have one of those games here. It's an adventure game, and we didn't have one of those games for a long time, but I want to show you this one too. It's a really nice one. It's called Path of Sin, and we are going to start with this. There we go, Path of Sin. It's from the Mundi Games. I'm not sure what the name is at the moment, but in the end it's a really nice one if you like those kind of adventure games to puzzle through stuff and just get told a good story too, because that's all these games are all about, and they are more or less these seek games and stuff like that. Seek on a picture and get a good story running. I'm not going to talk now because we have to listen to that. Yeah, and this is the path of sin in this case, and it's one of the subtitles. I'm not sure how to translate it. It's giddiness, something like that. And in the end, what you already have seen here, we have a dead body which was brought to the beach, more or less. And like this, we will have to find out what's going on here. So we are an inspector, as you can already see. I'm just going to leave it like that. And we are more or less a private inspector, probably, as it seems. I'm not sure about it, but we will see that. And in the end, you have a couple of different options to go through the menu here. I really like the way they did it. So extras is this task, and there is more in this case. And we can click on play here. Let's see if I can set this to be English. Give me 1 sec. I'm not really sure. It might be just the language you are going to have on your smartphone. That's probably the case in this case. There's this one profile part where I'm not sure about. No. Okay, so sorry for that. We are going to have to play it in German in this case because my smartphone is set up to be in German. But I can of course translate everything that is more or less necessary for you. So let's start with the first chapter, more or less. This is the giddiness, as you can see. I'm going to click on that, and as you can see you have a couple of different difficulty levels. So it's light, normal, very difficult, and you can just set it up by yourself. And there are a couple of different things. This is pretty normal for such games, especially from the Mundo part.
Of course, it had to be a remote private island in the middle of the ocean. An eccentric millionaire, his trophy wife, troublemaking ex-con brother.
And who knows who else there is. All of them stuck inside an old castle turned into a modern villa, with a dead body washed up on the beach. Not the kind of case I'd expect to get with a new rookie partner, but hey, we're in this together now. The report says it's a suicide. We should be able to wrap this one up quickly and get back to the mainland by morning. All right, let's go.
Yeah, and here you can already see what this is all about. It's going to tell you a story and you are going to try to, in this case, more or less be an inspector and try to solve the case in this case. Because there was a dead body washed up to the ocean, from the ocean, and it seems like it should be a suicide, but probably it's not because we are in this. And so let's have a look. We can have a short introduction. I would recommend you to play that, so let's go that at least once through. So first off, we will talk to one.
Inspector, before we head inside, we should go through the case files together. Just to make sure we didn't miss something. We left a bag with the files in the plane. I'll see if I can announce our arrival.
Yeah, so we are exactly doing what he told us. First off, we are going to have a look at those stuff. So get that with us. And there's this thin beer or something. It's like a teddy beer but with sin on it. And we are going to be able to collect those. It's not really important to do that, but you can if you want to. It's collectible. And we get some kind of information that we got one of these beers already in there. And after that we are going to follow him. But seems like we shouldn't do that at the moment. Oh, there's a little squirrel like that too. And first off we have to tidy up the airplane here. And we should have a look at it. Probably we will have to lock it in some kind of ways. No, we are getting all the different luggage.
The buzzer is broken. I couldn't get a hold of anyone. How about those files now?
Okay, so we are just going to try out the different options here. So one of course is getting stuff into your inventory. You can of course interact with a couple of different things here, and if there is this little plus sign, you can click on it because there's something in there, or you can combine something or whatever. And like this, we are going to get the scissors out here. Let's see if there's more. Here there is. Here are the different files, and to have a look at those and other stuff, we can go to the inventory or the different tasks if we want to have a look at that. The tip is going to help you if you are lost more or less, and this is more or less what we have to go. If you are clicking on that, you see we have a task which is just have a look at the different parts here. Okay, so let's see what's going on there by probably giving it to him. And we are in a mini game at the end. So first off, you can skip it if you don't want to do it, but in the end you can of course do it too. Let's see what we can do here by clicking on it. I can move them around, and it's of course some kind of a puzzle we are going to play here. And of course it's going to be something, come on, get that out of the way. And it's more or less a destroyed image where we have to, by clicking on it, bringing it into the right position here, and probably, probably this has to look up. There we go. It's of course an easy one, which might not be the case in the further rounds and stuff like that, but for now, of course, since this is our first mini game, this is not going to be very, very challenging, but you will have to do it anyway. There we go. And here's the last part. We just have to move that around and put it in, and now we got it done. And of course now we can have a look at the different informations we get here. So there was this guy who is more or less, yeah, this kind of age, whatever that is. 2005 is the story playing, so it's not in the recent years, but pretty, yeah, still pretty actual. And so this is more or less what we are going to do. Here's another image we would have to play through. I'm not sure if we should do that or if I should just skip it. I think I'm going to skip it in this case. It's still, oh okay, we can't skip at the moment because it's charging, as I am saying. So give it a little bit of time. You can see it here already. Now it should be charged and we should be able to skip this. Yeah, in this case I'm going to skip it just to show you what's going on and how to do this. Here is a family of Bradford, consisting of two brothers, Henry and Edward, and Henry's wife Patricia. And Henry is a CEO in an IT company. And the wife here was a model, but today she is a home woman, more or less, so running the household.
I think we covered everything. Let's see if we can fix that buzzer.
Okay, and now the next part is, of course, we are going to go to the buzzer here and trying to go in there and fix this one. We have those parts here which are going to be pretty helpful because of course we have to do a rewiring or something, as you can see. And it's a little bit funny that we are going to rewire everything, but we are not really. I think we just have to put new batteries in or something. I'm not sure at the moment. Let's go back in here. What's here? Okay, so now it seems to be working again. Batteries are not really necessary.
Inspector, you were right. Mr. Bradford is expecting. Climb up. Dog buzzing.
Okay, it's not really working, but in the end somebody opened us the door so we can go in and have a look what's going on here.
Greetings, inspectors. I'm Henry Bradford, and this is my lawyer, Mr. Alexei Tarkov. Welcome to my island.
Please call me Alexei.
And
We spoke.
We hope you'll finish your investigation quickly, so we can put this tragedy behind us, and hopefully avoid through the doors and into the backyard. We found poor Mark on the beach below the cliff.
And of course, if you want to go to different places, because you're going to run through different images and places here, all you have to do is, of course, have a look at the map there and jump around between those different places we have. And of course we have the foyer at the moment and this first one where we started. Okay, so let's see what I saw here. I'm not sure if we can see that.
Alexei will assist you with everything you need. Once you're finished, you'll find me in my study. I have some work to finish.
Okay. And yeah, more or less this is a game you are going to run around, try to solve the different mini games in between. Of course, we are going to follow the storyline along and try this. This seems
If you spot anything worthwhile, take a photo of it. Here's an instant camera.
And they're going to give you a couple of different options to work with the different stuffs. Like, for instance, you can do photos, which is very helpful in some situations, especially with those kind of puzzle games, because otherwise you, for instance, might just lose the different combinations you're going to find and stuff like that. And like this, here's another sin bear, we can collect it. 1 of 28 we got already. And have a look at the different parts here, just so you can already see there is something that we're gonna have to work with probably. And other than that, we got a couple of different the caps of the different bottles we see here and stuff like that. So there are a couple of different things.
Check the broken fence. I'll look around the yard.
And we should have a look at the broken fence. What should that be? That one? No, not really. The fence is probably out there. So I thought I would have clicked on it already. And you can already see here a couple of different things we can run around and have a look at. And the thing about all this is I didn't play this game for now, and so you will have to figure out a lot of those stuff by yourself. And this is more or less what you will have to do. So for me, I'm going to use the tip one just to get a new information. So I should go through there, and here is the broken fence, okay? And we need some kind of a picture here. So just click on that and get a picture and grab the picture, of course, put it into your inventory. And now we should be able to have a look at that again if we want to. If we're clicking on the different evidence parts here, we can have a look at what we are searching for. So in the end, if we click on the image and put it somewhere here, we can already see, okay, something is happening here, and it's all about what happened to Mark. And so this is more or less what we can do here. After that, we are going to close this down and go in here again. Let's see again if I can see more at this place, because something is happening here. And of course, as mentioned before, here is one of the evidences we find. So somebody was here for a long time, because there were at least 4 cigarettes smoked here. And that is of course a little bit helpful. Yeah, and in the...
Check the broken fence.
Can I go down there? Okay, so we will have to... This is important, because I already saw that we would like to put that somewhere up there at the fireplace. Is something more? No, we can't see anymore. So we go to the fireplace, and as you can see, we already have that and put that in there. And like this, we get the next items. And the good thing is, there is, for instance, one of the flashlights. And we got, of course, batteries for it. So let's see what we can do here. Clicking first on the flashlight, and then we are going to put in, at least after opening it up. Okay. Put in the batteries, closing it down, and now we got a nice little flashlight here, which can be used to, of course, go back to the cliffs here, and just...
A flashlight will do for now. Time to get our hands dirty. Let's start with the body.
Okay, and here more or less is the body. We of course have to get a picture of that to put it into our evidence parts. I would say it's a good idea to get the guy too, because he has a blue eye. So he got hit for some reason, which is pretty much already a pretty hard evidence that he didn't commit suicide, if you ask me, but what do I know? And probably I'm going to turn down the volume here a little bit so you can easier hear me. And we are already okay, this doesn't seem to be very important. Or at least we have to do something else with it, I'm not sure. Okay, no, it's not really important for this part there, as it seems. And here are a couple of different things we already know about this, so the persons, evidence, and what we didn't solve till now. And like this, here seems to be something different too. Okay, there is his shoe somehow. Maybe we can use the bows, I'm not sure. Let's see. No, we can't. Maybe we can use that one and that one. No, not at the moment. That's something we will have to use in the future then. And of course, let's see what we can find other than that. There is some kind of a boat here where we can get something in there. But for that we will have to open it up. Okay. So we are using those and probably give them some kind of a, So air them up, and like that we can more or less hire the boat. As you can see, this is a little bit of a puzzle you're going to have to do here. It's not very hard to do, but in the end, after a while, it's going to be harder and harder to get those. And let's have a look what we found there. It was more or less a pocket of the dead body, or the person that is dead now. And here's more or less, some kind of an goodbye letter. I'm not really sure if that is really going to be one of a good evidence, but whatever, why not? Maybe it is. Yeah, but as you already can see, this is going to be okay. So it might be a suicide, but probably not, because still we are in here, and if it's a suicide, then this case is very, very fast over. And in the end, you already see how this game is going to run. I don't want to get everything for you and show you everything already. And the episode shouldn't be that long neither. So I think you already saw what this game is all about. I like those kinds of games. It's a very story-driven one. If you like story-driven games, this one is for you. Otherwise, probably not. And other than that, I would say try it out. I think it's a nice one. And yeah, have fun with it. Other than that, I think we are at the end of the episode. I hope you had fun with the episode. If so, give it a thumbs up, of course. And of course, if you didn't subscribe till now, it's a good reason and time to click down below and click on it. If you have any kind of questions, comments, or whatever, put them down in the commentary section down below. And other than that, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Have a great time. Have a great day. And see you at the next episode. And then, bye.